Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Bronies, ponies and gentlecolts, all my little pony fans, aka the bronies type of sister shit. You already know what it is. It says Criticism Guy 2009, aka Tunnel Free 2011, aka on my Blip TV and my other thing, whatever. Mini Wolverine, my VMO2, and also my last two, of course. Nintendo Fan 2012, my Twitter and my Facebook, ZepCrown32012@gmail.com. You already know what's up. Last but not least, my Steam account, Shadow Sonic Crimson Deathman. Of course, if you want Third Man Killing Floor or any other game, you know, always available. Depends. If it's a demo, I'm definitely down with it. If not, fortunately, I don't have the money right now. Hopefully, I don't get no disturbed calls or nothing. Before I do go on, this video is brought to you by Lace Chip, classic shit right there. They even got a Facebook. It doesn't surprise me. Every company CEO bastard out there has fucking Facebook these days, so it doesn't really surprise me anymore. It hasn't been surprising me for the past 4 years, since like 2009. But before that, Facebook mostly were used by either college students or little kids, and then after 2009, I think it was before or after, I think that's when a lot of every grown adult, even fucking seniors, 70, 80 years old, started making Facebooks. But anyways, you know, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today, I'm here to talk about, I've been wanting to do this for like 2 weeks so far, and I've been holding it, constantly delaying it because I've been having to go to these council meetings and not anger management shit, just to like find full-time jobs and shit like that, you know, the typical shit, you know. I've been doing that, and then I've been going to the library a lot, reading a little bit of mangas. I've been going to a lot of Barnes & Noble, catching up on a lot of mangas I've been coming out lately or recently. And I've been also busy with my temp job, you know, whenever they do call me and shit, you know. So I've been around. I've been a little bit MIA busy for the past week or two. That's why I haven't been doing too many videos lately. So I'm sorry my voice sounds a little fucked up. It's because I sneezed a little bit and I was coughing a little bit because I ended up almost choking on these fucking, not these chips, but like these little like Mexican chips called Takis. But you know, they're not trying to kill me or anything. They're just really fucking good and super spicy, you know. Kind of like Tapatio. If you're Latino, you know damn sure what Tapatio is. Or Valentina, you know, like those two really hot, super, like a hot-ass fucking, unbelievably hell hot, really. It's like it came out straight from the fucking pits of hell, literally. This Valentina and, you know, Tapatio, and even that other one, the guacamole one, the real hot green one, or the hot red one, those are hot shit. They feel like they really came from hell, but you know what? Me being Latino, of course I can handle it. I don't know if white, Asian, or black people can handle it. Maybe black people could probably handle it because they eat a couple spicy foods here and there too, but I know Latinos for sure they can handle it. But once again, that's not what I'm here to talk about. So most of you guys, if you've been subscribed to my Nintendo Free 2011 channel, if you viewed that channel or not, you know, most of you probably haven't, but a few of them might have. I did like at least 5 anime show reviews on there. I did Cash Rinsons. I've done Deadman Wonderland. I've done Samurai 7 review. I've done, I think, Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not sure. I don't think I did my mind. And then I did a Sailor Moon review on there. So you already know how I feel about those animes. They're very awesome, very amazing, and very, you know, well put together, well written. Storylines off the charts, graphics are off the charts. And basically, the artwork is beautiful, straight out of fucking heaven, literally. Anyways, what I'm here to talk about is this list that I made about 2 hours ago. Probably pretty shitty. I don't know if you can see that. Alright, so yeah. And I put 2 bonuses at the end because I didn't have enough to fill them out. And the website I got this from, I'm actually looking at it right now, is AnimeNetworks.com. So if you want to check the top 100 anime list of greatest animes or mangas of all time, definitely go on that website. I'll leave the link on the bottom description box below. So without further ado, let's begin. So number 10. A couple of these are from my childhood, back when I was in elementary, middle school, and high school days. And the only 2 that ever came out after I got out of high school and went to college and got a job was, let me see. Actually, none of them. Except maybe Deadman Wonderland and, what's it called? Deadman Wonderland and, I think, Squid Girl. Those 2 probably came out way after I finished all my school and got a job. So when I came into my adulthood, I think those 2 came out when I was an adult, like a year or 2 ago. So those are pretty new. The rest are mostly from elementary, middle school, and high school when they came out. So the first one, number 10. I never really liked this anime too much, but it was still pretty cool. You know, I gave it a little bit of respect that it deserved. and my well-being, I pretty much think that shit was basically on point to the point, you know, top-notch anime, you know. Anyways, number 10 is Card Captors. Basically, it's kind of like a rip-off for like Yu-Gi-Oh! Shaman King's Ash Bell. It's like one of those anime like it's like an anime within an anime, you know. It's about these kids that they're into anime and all these trading cards and video games, like how people in real life, like the franchises, how the fanboys would love that shit, or fangirls. There's any fangirls out there, they like that. Basically like that. And this video might be 30-40 minutes, so if you don't want to watch the whole 30-40 minutes, you can leave if you want. I'm not forcing you to stay. You have the right, you have free will to watch whatever fucking video on YouTube you want, or any other social site out there that does videos. So, yeah. Basically, it's an anime within an anime, you know, like, they like video games, trading cards and all that shit, you know. And basically it's about this girl named Sakura, but her name looked like it spelled Sakura off of like Naruto, kind of like that. And just in case in Japanese, I know Sakura means like cherry blossom trees or whatever, cherry trees or cherry blossom trees. You know that's what it means, Sakura or some shit. And I think they call it Sakura-chan though, so instead of just Sakura, they put the chan on there. Anyways, Card Captors. It's basically about a girl named Sakura. She like finds this magic wand stick or whatever. It's like the shape of a dove or a duck or something like that, or a swan. It has two little wings on the back of its head, and like she finds out about these power of the cards or something. It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Shaman Kings a little bit, and Zatsuo, but it's kind of like all three combined in one little bit, you know? And like she has to catch all these cards, I think 100 of them or like 1,000. I'm not sure because I never really saw the ending part. I missed the very last episode on there, so I never really knew what happened. This was back when I was like 8, 9 years old, back in the late 90s when this came up on WB, Kids WB at that time. So I was a big fan of them until they canceled, I think, 2001, 2002. Because Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney, all three of those were dominating the shit out of every network at that time. This was before everyone was able to get the internet, too. Back in 04, 05, that's when a lot of people started already having internet at their house. It's been about a good 8, 9, 10 years at the most people have had their internet in their house. Anyways, and yeah, try not to take her for granted because one day the government might just take it all away. So enjoy it while you can, you know? Fuck the banksters and fuck all those Illuminati fucking devil worshiper faggots out there. They all fucking die, and they really need to go to hell for sure. After all the crime after all the crimes they committed, it's unforgivable. And that's for an alternative media video. Right now I'm doing anime reviews. So, yeah, basically it's about Girl Named Sakura. She captures all 100 or 1,000 of these demon monster card thingies or whatever she has to take in, like, because if not, then they just destroy the whole world and they haunt her friends or whatever. So it's kind of got that harem feel to it too, like Tenchi Muyo, Sailor Moon type of stuff. And she wears this little Japanese schoolgirl outfit. It's kind of typical in anime series when it comes to school and shit, you know. I think she's a middle schooler or something, 6th, 7th grade or something. And then she has a crush on this boy, I forgot his name, I think it was Peter or Paul or something like that. Excuse me, I gotta have this drink real quick. Well, yeah, this is also sponsored by fucking Fresh and Easy right here. Good shit right here. Let's get the best, you know, diet foods if you want to go over there. It's kind of like Trader Joe's a little bit, but a lot less pricier. And it still is a little expensive. The only time you get the deals over there is like really early in the morning and the weekends. Other than that, most of the shit's a little pricey, but definitely worth every penny. Other than that, you know, basically, like I said, it has to do with her taking the thousands of these monsters and putting them in prison back into their little car where they truly belong. So that way they don't they don't cause chaos or destruction, you know, and animosity over the whole fucking world, you know, so they don't blow it to fucking hell. So basically, that's what this anime is about. In my opinion, I thought it was kind of crap at that time. I thought it was really stupid, but you know what? I just stuck around for the episodes. I watched it. The only part I liked is when she captures the cards, and that's it. It didn't get really too famous in the U.S., but I heard in Japan, it got really big out there in China and Japan. A lot of the chinos love that shit out there. Over here, it didn't get that much of a big reputation. It got real small. It was a lot less popular, but over there, it was really huge out there. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got to say about Card Captors. So coming in at that, let me just see how long that took. It took almost 10 minutes just to do that one. 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. Anyways, coming in at number 9, I know a lot of you guys, especially the ones that are probably 18 and over, probably know a lot about this anime. This is a TVMA anime, so this isn't for little kids. This is not really a hentai either. You know, they show tits once in a while, but not like completely. It is called Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. And I've talked about this a couple of times in my older criticism guide videos and I think one of my Nintendo for 2011 videos. Not really sure, but I know I talked about it once or twice. I never really got into full detail on it though, not until today. So basically, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, I actually heard about this in my freshman, sophomore year, 14, 15 years old when I heard about this. One of my friends introduced it to me. It's like, oh, you gotta check this shit out. It's like, this girl, she's an android, she kicks all these like terrorist ass and shit. She just puts foot up people's asses, literally. Fucking awesome. You know, the detail and every format that they do, all the screen time that they do on it, fucking unbelievable. Anyways, Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex. It's about this girl, her name is Major. I think her real name is something else, but all of her friends call her Major, and her little comrades and like little partners call her Major. And she's the one that runs the whole, she doesn't run the whole organization of Sector 7. I forgot what the dude's name was. I think it was Hikachi or Makachi, or some Asian Japanese name. Sorry, I just had to crack my neck a little bit. I usually do that a lot, especially when I'm not making videos. Sorry you had to hear or see that. But yeah, I forgot. I think there was only one other character I knew in there besides Major's name. I think it was Kagato or Tachikomas. The Tachikomas were like those little things that they drove in. There were these cybernetic enhanced security guards that would stop terrorists. They had these big like chain guns as arms, and like it would shoot the living shit out of any terrorist that got in their way. Basically, most of the show is about them capturing terrorists as this underground organization government called Sector 7, and they gotta like defeat evil before evil ends up defeating them. And it's basically like it's in the far future too, so this is way different from card captures. Card captures are like the present time, and this one's like the year 30, 40, 50,000 or something. Yeah, 30, 40, 50,000. I thought there was some duck or bird noises. Anyways, hopefully it's not too dark in the room. I apologize for that. Yeah, it's basically about there's a girl named Major. Like they stop all these terrorist organizations that try to take over the world. And they make a couple like real life references, like the U.S. Embassy, the ambassadors, like the UN, United Kingdom, the United Nations, excuse me, UK's United Kingdom, excuse me. And then they even talk about the United States a couple times. They throw that in every once in a while, so they can make the person feel like it's more realistic instead of just a fake anime, you know. And you know, the bitch Major's really fucking hot. Even though she's a robot machine, I would fuck the living shit out of her. That's for damn sure. She almost looks like one of those hentai characters almost. That's why she's fucking awesome as hell to me. Other than that, I like all the guns that they use. There's a lot of action in it. There's a lot of blood and guts. There's a little bit of cutscene here and there. So I highly recommend this anime. It's not for little kids. It's mostly for like the teens and adults area. And yeah, other than that, you know, there's a lot of plot to it. I think there was 4 or 5 seasons. I think there was a 5th season, but they canceled it. So I only went up to 4 in the U.S. There's probably like an uncut version of it. Like what's it called? Uncut subtitle version to it. So definitely check that one out. They probably got it at Best Buy, Walmart, some shit like that. Other than that, or your local comic store, I don't know. That was a very amazing anime. I like how they used to use 3D a couple times. They used to use CGI a little bit in the anime when they used the Tachikomas or when they went in the internet. So basically everyone's like plugged to the matrix into the system, shit like that, you know? Everyone is mostly either an android, and the only thing that's either really alive in them is their heart and their brain, and that's it. And basically computers don't exist no more. Their mind is actually the computer now. So they could just get into their iPhone or iPad and listen to music in their head, which is a little scary shit, I will admit that, but like, let's see what I can use for example. Let's see. Let me check it out. Hold on 1 second. Alright, there it is, I found it. Like, let's just say this right here. They do this, like, they plug it into the back of their, like, neck right here, right? And then boom, and then they're just into the internet instantly. They still do got laptops and shit, they're just not used as much. And basically a lot of terrorist attacks are committed and shit like that, and it's up to them to stop them and save the day. That's what Sector 7 is all about. And the regular government, the UN Embassy, they don't like them that much, so they kind of keep it on the download. So I think in the 3rd or 4th season, that's when they go, the government, the regular government, that's like FBI, CIA, DEA, those dipshit motherfuckers, they end up like shutting down Sector 7 because they see them as a potential terrorist threat because they think they're going to like betray them and stab them in the back, so they make Sector 7 as an enemy instead of a friend after that. So they end up going rogue on solo, just AWOL shit, you know? So that's basically what, I don't know how long it took me to do that one. Holy shit, 5 minutes. So yeah, that took me 5 minutes to explain that whole anime. So Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, if you've never heard of it, maybe you've either been living under a rock or you're just starting to get into anime just now. You know, I highly recommend you check this anime out. I don't know if there was a manga for it. They might have been. I never heard of it. I know for Card Captors there was one, but not for Ghost in the Shell. So, number 8. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be embarrassed when you, like, hear what my number 8 favorite one was, but it was Hamtaro. And I know a lot of you people are saying, what the hell? That was little kid shit, but at the same time, it was funny. If you would have got all the references and the quotes, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade when that shit came out. It was actually pretty good. They even showed it on Toonami. So, back in the days, you know, when Toonami was still pretty big and Funimation and shit. And Shonen Jump even had Hamtaro. So it's basically about this little, like, hamster named Hamtaro. He goes off on these adventures with his little friends. I forgot what all of his little friends' names were because I haven't seen this anime in like 11 years at the most, 10, 11 years. So yeah, basically what the whole show's about, they go on these adventures and they help their little friend out. I think the owner is a little girl or a little boy. I think it's a little girl. And I think she knows, I don't know if she knows about them talking or not. I don't think she does. I think she's completely unaware that they go out into the real world and solve these people's problems or help their little animal friends or their human friends, you know, like, basically, you know, like committing acts of goodness instead, like the kindness out of their heart, you know? Kind of like My Little Pony a little bit, but like with hamsters instead of ponies, you know? So it's kind of like that reference, like that love and tolerance reference, you know? So yeah, that's all I got to say about that one. And then last but not least, I saw I saw a little bit of the Shonen Jump manga for it. It's pretty good, you know. It's actually pretty decent, you know. Even though it's mostly based, most of their audience were basically the people that made that, like the producers, the directors, the art workers and shit that made the anime. I think most of them were like, basically they were aiming towards like more littler kids. And it wasn't really for teens and adults, but I actually liked it. It was pretty good. So anyways, that's number 8, Hamtaro. Number 7, this one's a lot more older. I think this is like one of the very first of the first. I even heard that Miyazaki, he's the one that made this anime up. This was more like an adult anime, like 18 and over. A little bit of teens, but mostly for adults. They did cuss a little bit. They showed some tits, some legs and ass and shit for girls. So yeah. Number 7 was Lupin the Third. This was back in like 83, 85, 87 when anime like just first started coming out to the United States. I think this was way after Cherry Lemon Pie and that one and Astro Boy. When after those two came out, I think that's when Lupin the Third came out. So this is one of the very first animes ever made. So Lupin the Third is basically about this guy who's a detective or like I think he's an informant or something like that. His name is Lupin, and I think he was a king a long time ago. The reason they call him Lupin the Third is because I think his grandfather was the first and his father was the second, and he was the third as a son. So yeah, Lupin the Third is basically about this guy. You know, he does all these like car chases. He stops good, he stops evil. It's kind of like that good versus evil thing, but like it's kind of like a comedy sketch, you know, like a LOL, laugh out loud kind of thing. You know, it's pretty fucking good. And I'm gonna turn the light on now because it's starting to get a little bit dark. So hold on. All right, hopefully you can see me a lot better now. So other than that, you know, basically, yeah, that's what most of this anime is about. Lupin the Third, you know, he has these 2 detectives with him too. There's this other guy, kind of looks like a dude off Cowboy Bebop, but the only difference is that I think he has 2 arms that are steel instead of 1, and he has this really hot girl that's always next to him. I think that's like his ex-girlfriend or his wife or like his co-worker that helps him like defeat all these bad guys and these gangbanging criminals. You got to take out like these Yakuza gangs. He just comes out guns blazing. And, you know, it's kind of like Trigun a little bit too. If you ever seen Trigun, that's kind of that reference that I'm coming across as. All right. So, other than that, the only thing, one more other thing I do want to say about Lupin the Third. The anime thing at that time, I know it was just starting. It wasn't that good. The graphics were kind of crap, but you know, at that time anime was just starting, so I could cut it a break there because they didn't have the best graphics in the world. They didn't have the best artwork, but I love how it was like a storytelling thing. I like the ending. The thing I loved the most about that show was like the ending part of it, like when they were saying like that at the end, and he was out getting chased by all these bad guys or something like that. I think he was a thief criminal too. I'm not sure. You can tell me down in the comments if you know if he was a thief criminal instead of a detective like I thought he was. But yeah, I like the ending, the ending musical for it, the ending credits and everything. The beginning was pretty good. I like this hot ass girlfriend. That one bitch that was real cute. She had some nice big juicy tits on her. She was fucking beautiful. Very hot white Asian girl for sure. Anyway, that's enough for Lupin the Third. Number 6. I know this had a lot. This was more of a ripoff of Pokemon, and this was a lot more of a huge ripoff of Pokemon Shaman King. What else? Rave Masters, and even like a little bit of Final Fantasy. But I thought it was pretty kick-ass. I even collected like 10 or 20 of the cards. I think 20 of the cards back when I was in middle school, 5th grade. Back when I was still in New York before I came out to Vegas. Number 6 is Digimon. And I know a lot of you people are saying, come on, man, Digimon sucks balls. I can agree with that to like a certain extent, but I thought it was pretty kick-ass. And if you thought it was stupid or retarded, that's bullshit. Come on, give the show a chance. I think it came out in 1999 or 2000. The first and second one were pretty kick-ass. The first one had to do with this guy named Ty, and this other one, David or Damus. I forgot what his name was. Only 2 Digimon I remember there was Agumon and Were-Garurumon, Those ones were cool. Oh, his name was Matt. Matt was the one that had Were-Garurumon. The one with the big giant wolf. And then the other one had the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was Ty, a.k.a. Agumon, And, let's see, Digimon, like, first, second, and third was alright, but I wasn't too much into the third, because the first and second generation series, they were alright, because that's when they first go into the digital world, like, for the first time ever, and they got to save the world, digital world, to the real world, because there was a lot of, like, these digital demons that wanted to take over the universe and wanted to enslave all of mankind. But, I thought it was very well put together, very amazing, very detailed, like, oriented, very, very awesome. I love the anime very much, It holds a special place in my heart, very awesome shit to me. If you don't like it, it's all good. I'm not even going to argue and tell you to go fuck off because it's not even worth it. Other than that, let me just check the time again. It's been almost 23 minutes, so I'm probably going to be here almost for 40 minutes. So if you want to leave now, by all means, go ahead. Okay, so other than that, a lot of the video games that they made, I owned like 3 of them. Digimon Rumble Battle 1, 2, and 3, I owned all 3 of those. I was a big fan of that shit. I didn't like it as much as Pokemon, but I did love Digimon just as much almost. See, the 3 animes I used to love the most at that time when I was a 90s kid is Pokemon, Digimon, and Dragon Ball Z. Those shits were beautiful. I'm going to get to the other 2 later, but not right now. But Digimon, basically the cards were good. The 3rd series made it a little bit different because they didn't really talk about going to the digital world. They mostly just stood in the real world in Japan most of the time. I know the first guy name was Takato, because in the first generation the leader was Tai. Second generation leader was Davis, and he had that blue Digimon. I forgot his name, but the other one I think was Flamedramon or something. Or I think that was a bird. That wasn't a girl. Never mind. But yeah, he had those big giant claw things. He would blast fire out of his things like boom, like Falcon Punch. Like Falcon Punch. Like Captain Falcon does in the Super Smash Brothers Melee and Brawl. He shit is legendary. Seriously. Even though that game only came out in Japan. I think it came out once in the U.S., but it was only for Game Boy Advance, so it wasn't that big, but I know Japan was huge as hell out there. Over here, it never really got too much, they didn't get a lot of shine and respect, they didn't get a lot of reputation out here in the U.S., but over there, it got way more reputation in Japan, for sure. Anyways, the last thing I want to say about Digimon is the 3rd generation, I think they went up to 5th generation, but they never showed the 4th and 5th generation series on here. They only showed those in Japan, I guess because of, cancellation after the 3rd season. I hate it when they do cancellation. That's bullshit, Oh, it's because they didn't have enough viewers or they didn't have enough reputation. That's bullshit. Just fucking show it anyways. If they don't want to watch it, fine, It's fucking retarded. I hate that shit so much. Boils my blood with a fucking passion, literally. Other than that, Digimon, one more thing I want to say about it is in the 3rd generation, they didn't really talk about like the Digi world that much. They only talk about them creating Digimon and making them to real life. And I know Takato, Rika, and then that other one with the blue hair that had that little, that Digimon, I think, Torpedomon, the one that did all his tornado hurricane attacks. He looked like a big giant Dumbo thing with like a hamster face. He was really cool. But I liked I forgot what his name, I think his name was Guilliman. The one that looked like Agumon, and the other one, blue one, but fused together. And he had like more Guilliman, like Agumon style, except he was red and he had black stripes. That was the only difference. And he sounded like a little baby too. And then he goes up to DNA Digievolution. The Digievolutions, that was the best part about that show. In the first one, they would just do regular Digivolve and Mega Digivolve and Goddess Digivolve, which is the biggest one of all, Master Digivolve. And then the second one, they did a little bit different. They did like Fusion Digievolution, so they put 2 Digimon into one. And then the third one is when they did like DNA Digievolution, where the partner, they don't call them partners anymore, they call them tamers in the third generation. Like, they will fuse together and then they end up like being into one. Like, I think they went to like Mega Digievolution too still, but they didn't do it as well as the first and second one did. So yeah, the best character I liked in the third one, the best Digimon I loved was Renamon. Her shit was fucking beautiful, man. Literally, I know this is going to sound very gross and disgusting when I tell you this, but I'm being honest with you. I'm really putting myself out there when I say this shit, but I actually used to masturbate to that shit. Straight out fat. I wouldn't even care. And I'm mostly saying, oh, you're a fag, you like, you know, jacking off the, what's it called, furry hentai, yif porn, you know. I don't give a shit. It looks fucking awesome. The bitch looks fucking hot. I would fuck the hell out of her. I don't care if she's human or not. I'm there, of course. In real life, I wouldn't do that shit. You know, I'm not that crazy, much of a sick, disgusting fan that I would end up being like real bestiality shit. No, fuck that. See, I know my limitations, okay? I'm not that psycho crazy. I'm talking about the fan art I would do, not the real life shit, of course. Because if I did that shit in real life, I'd probably catch a disease or die. And if people found out about that shit, that'd be very disgusting, you know? And I'm not saying I'm not. I don't know how many times I gotta put this out there, but I am not into bestiality, okay? I'm not into that shit at all. I do not support it. I don't congratulate it. I don't encourage it. You know, I'm completely against that shit. That is disgusting, literally. Alright, so anyways, now that I got that point cleared out the way, number 5 is Detective Conan, a.k.a. Future Boy Conan. Let me see how long I did that one. Ooh, 6 minutes. 27 minutes now, so ugh. Fucked up the camera there. There I go. What's up? Okay, hold on. Voice is getting worn out. This is definitely going to be up to 40 minutes. So, without further ado, Detective Conan, a.k.a. Future Boy Conan. I only watched one season of the show, but it was like one of the best animes ever. And sucks that they ended up canceling it on Toonami because I think the second and third one showed a little bit more nudity and shit. That's what the rumors that I heard about Detective Conan. It's kind of like Ramna a little bit. The only difference is he doesn't turn from boy to girl. He actually gets way younger. I think he's like 18 when he's in his regular form, and he ends up turning like 6, 7 years old or something into a little ass kid. And basically, he's got the IQ of like 1,000, 100 million or something. Something like that, excuse me. I hope I didn't get the hiccup there. But yeah, he has an IQ of almost 100,000. He's basically a smart Albert Einstein. He's able to solve these murders and solve all these like stealing thieves case things or whatever scenarios. You know, he solves crime, you know? And he has a crush on this really beautiful girl that like he loves. He really loves her and he wants to like marry her one day. She's like this brunette girl. She kind of looks like the girl off High School of the Dead. Like the one with the blonde, hazel, dirty blonde, brunette hair, except her boobs aren't super triple D, F, G cup tits. They're like, I think B or C cup, I think. But other than that, you know, it's basically about him solving crimes, you know, helping out his friends when they're ever needed. They needed a hand in need or something like that. And he also, sometimes he ends up getting into trouble here and there, but he always knows how to talk his way out of it. Like, he'll get in trouble with the principal, he'll just talk his way out of it. Like, yeah, I can do this and that for you, and then problem solved, you know? So he always gets away with, he doesn't get away with murder, but he gets away with all the, like, the little, like, problems he gets himself into. He always finds a way out of really hostile situations or altercations, you know? So other than that, that's all I have to say about Future Boy and Conan, Detective Conan, very amazing anime. Sad that they ended up canceling it on Toonami, but I loved it while it lasted. I'm probably going to find it somewhere on the internet when I'm done. I might even start watching that again. Number 4. These last 4 are the greatest animes I've ever loved. Number 4 is Full Metal Alchemist. That one, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, let me tell you something right now. I cannot tell you how many fucking times I always, back when Adult Swim first started coming out in 03, 04, you know, when they started making like anime nights and shit like that. I'll see you when I see you. I gotta do part 2 of this shit. Lights, I'm gone.